Here's a list of my first apartment essentials, kitchen edition. Last year, I got my first apartment and I was living all on my own. I didn't have a roommate and I was starting from scratch. So to prepare for my first apartment, I watched YouTube video after YouTube video on what everybody else was buying and what they said were must-haves. This year, my husband and I moved into our first apartment as a married couple. So every single thing that I'm about to list today is tried, true, we love it, and we use it. These are in no specific order, but I just wanted to quickly run through all of the things that I use on a day-to-day basis to maybe spark some inspiration or ideas of what you should add to your shopping list when preparing to move into your first apartment. Let's get started. To kick off this list, this is what we use all day, every day, and I do not know what we would do without it, and that's our BRITA water filter system. The size of this is perfect, and we just stick it in our fridge door, and then we can just always have filtered water throughout the day when we need it, and it's not taking up too much room in the fridge. The second things that I use all the time, especially whenever we're having friends over, are these IKEA charcuterie boards. These come in two different sizes, and this one was $14 and this one was $7, I believe. I could not make this video without mentioning the air fryer. We have one, we absolutely love it, and we use it, if not every day, at least every other day. I'm not gonna get it out because it's ginormous, but we actually registered for this on our wedding registry, and we are in love. The air fryer is definitely worth the hype. The next thing that I wanted to mention, my husband will be quite proud of because he is the one that brought this into our little apartment, but it is this kettle, and look how cute this thing is. It's like a matte black and it has the tiniest little spout. It's actually for coffee people. I don't know if you're into all that fancy coffee stuff where you do the thing, but this is in his coffee area. I really don't go over there too much except for when I'm making hot tea, because in our apartment, our water just does not get hot very fast and it's not filtered. So I'll just pour our filtered water into here anytime I'm making tea, or if I need to do like oatmeal super fast and I need boiling water. This thing is awesome and it's so pretty. These I absolutely love. Not only are they really cute and can be used as decorative pieces, but they're really functional as well. And that's these little, I guess mason jars with a latch on them, and we got them from IKEA. But here I have a couple. This one just has some cacao in it, and then this is where we've been putting our coffee grounds, and then they also come in this size as well. You guys, I am obsessed with the next thing I'm about to show you. This olive oil dispenser is so incredible whenever you're cooking and you need to get it done fast. You just press these little buttons on the side here, and it fills it up to the measurement that you need. And it's glass. It was on Amazon, and it came with a mini one. I don't use the mini one quite as often, but this I have out on my stove. I use it all the time. And then I just tied this little hand towel around it because I was finding that I would have like oil or salt and pepper on my hands, and I didn't want to get the glass dirty. But I just tied this cute little hand towel around it, and I actually have it on by my sink because I think it's so cute, and I love having it out as decoration. Is that weird? Next to that guy, I have this little dish soap container. These were just amber glass jars that I got off of Amazon, and so I buy hand soap in bulk and dish soap in bulk, and then I refill these things, and they're so cute. I'm sure you see people using these all over Instagram, all over TikTok, but it is this label maker that I also got off of Amazon, and that's what I use to make these types of labels, like the cacao and what's on my dish soap and hand soaps as well. I have used this thing for years. It's a little bit beat up, but it still works. I just pulled out my stockpile. And first, I mentioned this in the how I budget and meal prep video, but this is a little IKEA strainer that I love. It was super inexpensive, and I cannot go without mentioning my hero, the onion chopper. I cry so hard when I cut onions, and this thing is so convenient. You chop it and then they're all right in here whenever you're done. How amazing is that? You're never gonna cry when cutting an onion ever again. I don't know if this one goes without saying, but whenever you're in an apartment, especially if you're cooking, if you're hosting, if you're doing a bunch of things at once, you run out of counter space really fast. And I love this strainer for that exact reason. It sits right over your sink. It does not take up any counter space, and you can just throw it in the dishwasher right after you're done using it. Another kitchen essential that I have to mention is these wine glasses. I'm pretty sure that these are Crate and Barrel. These were a wedding gift that we got. We love them. Of course, whenever you move into your apartment, you're gonna need a dinnerware set, but you don't need to go and buy something matching and make it super fancy. We have mixed match dinnerware. We have some different colored bowls, plates, some from Goodwill, some from Crate and Barrel, but these were actually a wedding gift and we use them every single day, whether we're hosting or just making a quick lunch. Next is something that we use every single day, and that is our Pioneer Woman knife set. Look how pretty this thing is. Look how pretty this thing is. It was $50. And the little butcher block is gorgeous. The knives work great, and they're white, and who doesn't like a white knife set? Next is a duh. Of course you need salt and pepper shakers. These are from Cole & Mason. We love them and they work great. This next thing is actually practical and something that I use as a little decor piece, and that is this Hearth and Hand utensils holder. It is so cute. It holds so much stuff, 2 rolling pins and a bunch of different salad stirs and random odds and ends. But it holds so much and it's cute and you cannot beat the price. Next is a motion censored trash can. I got mine from Costco and I absolutely love it. I saw this idea on Pinterest and I use it and love it. It's the Lazy Susan method, where you put all of your spices or cleaning products in your cabinet, but it's on a Lazy Susan, so that way you can just spin it to find exactly what you need instead of taking everything out and digging into the back of the cabinets. Of course, living in an apartment, you might be tight on space, and for me, I actually don't even have a proper pantry. We have 2 massive cabinets that function as a pantry, but we definitely needed to utilize the space as best we could. So I got these wire hanging baskets that will go just on the edge of a shelf, and then they hang below it, and we put all of our bread or tortillas or anything like that in those little wire baskets, and it almost doubles the space. Of course, I have to mention my Nespresso. I love it, I use mine every day, and it's totally worth the money. I would definitely recommend getting both wooden and silicone cooking utensils. This one you can't throw in the dishwasher, but it is really pretty. This one, it's still cute, but you can toss in the dishwasher and it's really easy to clean. This next one was totally worth every penny, and that is our Vitamix blender. I love it. It is such a great item to have, and I'm pretty sure it will last us for years and years to come. I love my PYREX mixing bowls. They all come with a matching lid, so if I'm making a salad or a recipe that needs to be put back in the fridge, then you can just toss the matching lid over it and you don't have to double up on dishes. This next one, I'm pretty sure I found at a store called Tuesday Morning that I absolutely swear by, and it's a hand mixer that actually comes with a holder for all of the attachments. So the hand mixer will sit inside of the holder and it's not all over your cabinets all the time. Especially in my last apartment, I did not have a ton of counter space, so all of those cute dish drying racks just did not work for me. I picked this one up from Target. It was $5. It's just a dish drying mat that folds back up really compact, and you don't have to worry about taking up any extra counter space. The next one might be a no-brainer, but that's a toaster. Get a cheap one, you don't need a fancy one, but the Smeg ones are very cute. I do want one of those. Don't forget a silverware organizer to keep all of your silverware from falling all throughout the drawer, especially if you're tight on space. You can get an extendable one that will fit perfectly to your drawer. Baking sheets, cupcake tins, and any type of casserole dish are also great to have on hand. Dish towels, of course. You're gonna want some cute ones, but also when it comes to cleaning, I recommend these microfiber cloths. These are a set from Costco. They came in gray and blue, and we use them all the time. One thing I also wanted to mention was our bar stool set. We got this set on sale on a Black Friday, and we use it in place of a dining room table. Another great thing I love having is a fruit bowl. This one is from Tuesday Morning, and it's big enough to fit literally everything we need. A couple of other odds and ends are a little sifter. This one is from IKEA. And then here are a few different, I think these are liquid measuring glasses that we love having. Here's a very honest look into all of my cooking utensils that you might get some inspiration from. I actually just added a little bit to this. I ran to the dollar store to grab some different things I was missing. Of course, you've got some whisks, some different stirring utensils. So here's the silicone, wood ones, a bunch of different, I think these are called ladles actually. We don't use them as often, but they're great to have. Here's a cheese grater. That's always great to have on hand. Can opener, potato peeler, some attachments for another hand mixer that's lying around here somewhere. Tongs, of course. This is like if you're baking a cake and you needed to do icing. This one I actually was just gifted. It's a knife sharpener from my dad, so if you're super into cooking and you want to have some really sharp knives, that's definitely great to have. And then over here I have 2 different sets of measuring cups because I always end up having to stop and do dishes halfway through baking. So I got 2 sets of little measuring cups, and then I have some different sets right here as well for tablespoons, teaspoons, all that stuff. Here's another variation of a cheese grater, and I cannot leave you without mentioning this is a ground meat stirrer, and it breaks it up as you're cooking. I pull this out anytime I can. It is so convenient. Don't judge me too much, but here is a look at my messy spice cabinet, and this is that Lazy Susan that we put it on, and we love it. I'm about to upgrade all my spices, my spice jars, to those cute little ones that you see with the pretty labels on them, but that has not been done yet. This is actually a set of bowls that I got at Goodwill. They're made in Thailand, and I love them. They're perfect cereal bowls. These are another Goodwill find. They're just some tiny little plates I saw, and they somewhat matched everything else. So $1 for all 4. One of my new favorite things that I recently added to my kitchen that is definitely an essential is glass Tupperware instead of plastic. If we're ever heating up leftovers for lunch or anything like that, instead of putting it in another dish, we'll just heat them up in these glass bowls. And I'm pretty sure there's something about glass being better for you than plastic. I need to look into that. This is the reality of the Tupperware cabinet. I had to show you guys because I didn't want to lift all of it out, but I also love having a KitchenAid. I don't use it half as much as I probably wish I would. I don't think it's an essential, but I do love having it, and this is a vintage one that I found on Facebook Marketplace. We have 2 food processors. They are absolutely not an essential, but I do love having them. This is the larger one. I don't remember what size it is, and then we have the smaller matte black one back there too. This is real life, you guys. It doesn't look all picture perfect, but it works for us. This is the air fryer that we have, and we absolutely love it. It comes with 3 different shelves in there, so you can fit a lot. We also have an Instant Pot back there. It is the bane of my existence, and I cannot figure it out to save my life. And then these are some white, they're not cast iron, but they look like it. We just have a pretty small set that we got recently, but if you are moving into your first apartment, I would definitely start off with those because they're great and they're really heavy duty. And then back here we have some casserole dishes as well that I use often, and they have lids to them. That's the PYREX brand. And then there is some miscellaneous baking goods back there like cupcake tins, and if you're gonna do any type of banana bread, then you would wanna have stuff for that on hand as well. This is where I keep my essential oils, are all in here. This is that dish drying mat that I mentioned. And then here are some little oven mitts that are so cute. These are from TJ Maxx. Here's all of our cleaning rags and then dish rags. That's all I have for you for your first apartment essentials kitchen edition. Best of luck to you in your first apartment, and happy shopping.